Captain Denise Carter, a decorated 20-year veteran of the police force, decided to spend a Saturday afternoon shopping for her niece's birthday gift at Greenwood Mall. Almost immediately, she noticed mall security guards, Miller and Davis, following her. A familiar experience of racial profiling she had learned to endure. She kept her composure, refusing to let them ruin her day. The confrontation. Inside Crystal's boutique, manager Linda was visibly nervous and suspicious. After Denise requested to see a bracelet, Linda abruptly cut her off, loudly demanding to search Denise's brown leather bag, claiming a piece of jewelry was missing and that she had witnessed Denise slipping something inside. She stood her ground, calmly but firmly asserting her rights and refusing the search, stating she had probable cause and noting that the mall's extensive security cameras would prove her innocence. The assault. When Officer James Raines arrived, an officer Denise knew by reputation for his aggressive tactics, without assessing the situation, Raines immediately focused his hostility on Denise. When she tried to explain, Raines violently slammed her against the glass wall of the boutique. He handcuffed her unnecessarily tight, adding resisting arrest to her charges, all while playing to the growing crowd of shoppers who were recording the scene on their phones. The reveal. Raines paraded the handcuffed Denise out to his patrol car. Just before being shoved inside, Denise turned to the onlookers and announced, "I'm Captain Denise Carter, 15th Precinct," revealing her rank and stating her badge was in her front pocket. Raines checked her pocket, found the gold shield, but refused to believe it was real, continuing to escalate the charges. The crowd's reaction was immediate and loud. Someone yelled, "He arrested a police captain for shopping." The moment was captured and immediately went viral, forcing Sergeant Watkins and the mall's PR director, Patricia Wells, to intervene, leading to Raines reluctantly removing the cuffs. The smear campaign. Immediately following the arrest, Officer Raines filed a fraudulent report, claiming Denise was aggressive and resisted legitimate procedures, preemptively painting her as an unstable, out-of-control officer. This narrative quickly spread in internal emails and the media, leading to Denise being suspended by Internal Affairs. Disillusioned, Denise realized she was fighting a sophisticated smear campaign designed to destroy her career. The alliance. Denise sought help from her friend, Carla Johnson, a seasoned defense attorney. Carla confirmed the severity of Raines' report and warned Denise that the department would try to force her into retirement for challenging the status quo. However, Carla had also noticed a disturbing pattern: over a dozen false arrests at or near Greenwood Mall over the past year, always involving Raines, and always ending in coerced pleas. Digging further, Denise discovered the victims were being funneled into a private probation company called New Horizons Supervision Services, a subsidiary of the Greenwood Holdings LLC, the same company that owned the mall. This revealed a calculated, organized scheme of exploitation for profit. The network. Denise allied with Maya Lopez, an investigative journalist who had been researching Raines and the private probation companies for months. Maya shared her financial data, which showed suspicious payments and shell companies. Together, they met with the Justice Coalition, a group of local community leaders, teachers, and activists who had collected dozens of sworn affidavits detailing the same pattern: false accusations, violent arrests by Raines and his crew, and crippling probation fees. Denise now realized the fight was larger than her own humiliation. It was about dismantling a systematic criminal enterprise that was destroying Black lives for corporate profit. The intimidation. As Denise, Maya, and the Justice Coalition meticulously compiled their evidence, the opposing forces retaliated. Denise began receiving threatening letters filled with racial slurs and chilling surveillance photos of her and her niece. This was followed by a brazen act of vandalism. The word traitor was spray painted on her car, a warning only someone from the department, knowing her rank and investigation, would send. The threats made it clear the conspiracy reached inside the precinct. Betrayal. Desperate for an ally within the department, Denise confided in Lieutenant Mark Harris, an old friend she trusted completely. She showed him the hate mail and the evidence of the organized corruption, asking for his quiet help. However, the vandalism and escalating threats immediately after their conversation led Denise to the devastating conclusion that Harris was complicit and had alerted the conspirators. The attack and the theft. The enemy's desperation reached a peak. Maya Lopez was brutally attacked by an unseen assailant as she left her office, suffering severe injuries and hospitalization. While she recovered, the police department used the media to further smear Denise, painting her as erratic and vindictive. The attack was a distraction. While Denise was at the hospital, the assailants broke into her home office, splintering her father's desk and stealing the internal memo, the most critical piece of evidence, linking the mall executives to the police operation. The system had successfully silenced the journalist and destroyed Denise's proof. Isolated but inspired. With her badge and gun surrendered, the media campaign against Denise intensified, painting her as a bitter, unstable woman with unfounded claims. The isolation was broken by her niece, Kayla, who arrived to show Denise the true impact of her actions. The original mall video had reached 5.2 million views, and people were now sharing their own stories, creating a massive public demand for justice. The fear began to recede, replaced by renewed resolve. The missing links. Denise, disguised in a baseball cap, attended a large protest outside the mall. There, she met Tiana, the teenage activist who had filmed the original viral video. Tiana revealed a critical piece of evidence, the unedited footage from before the incident. This video showed Rains meeting with the store manager and pre-planning the entire arrest, proving irrefutable premeditation and racial targeting. Denise rushed back to the hospital, where Maya had another stunning breakthrough. Despite her injuries, Maya had installed tracking software on her phone. When her attacker used the stolen phone, it uploaded files, identifying him as Officer James Martinez, Rains' partner, and recovering the full set of incriminating financial documents that had been stolen from Denise's house. The final plan. With the evidence recovered, the unedited video, the corporate memos, and the financial data linking the mall, police, and a corrupt judge, Denise and Maya crafted their final plan. They would use the upcoming city council meeting as their platform. They decided to release Tiana's explosive, unedited video an hour before the meeting to generate chaos, then have Denise present the financial proof live on camera, ensuring the corrupt system couldn't bury the truth this time. The unveiling. The city council meeting was packed and tense. Chaos erupted when the unedited video, proving Rains had premeditated the arrest, was released and phones across the chamber lit up. Stepping to the podium in her sharp civilian clothes, Denise laid out the damning evidence. Internal memos discussing arrest quotas to target Black citizens, financial records showing payments from the mall's parent company to the corrupt New Horizon Probation Service, and emails implicating Officer Rains and Judge Harrison. As Denise spoke, Rains exploded from his seat, storming the podium to arrest her. Before he could reach her, two of her loyal precinct officers, Chen and Rodriguez, stepped forward and blocked him. More officers emerged from the crowd, silently forming a protective line around Denise, signaling that the corruption was being rejected from within. State Attorney Patricia Walsh, who was in attendance, took immediate control. She seized Denise's evidence folder and called in state investigators, effectively ending the city's corrupt control over the case. Rains was cuffed and led away by his own colleagues. The new beginning. Denise walked out of City Hall to a roar of applause and cheers that shook the building, receiving the public validation she deserved. 3 days later, Denise walked through Greenwood Mall wearing her full captain's uniform, a symbol of her vindication. The mall was quiet, with police tape marking off stores implicated in the scheme. She was greeted by grateful shoppers whose false charges were now being reviewed. She finally met Kayla at the boutique, where they bought a necklace with silver wings. As they left, a spontaneous burst of applause from the crowd followed them into the parking lot, celebrating her not just as an officer, but as a true hero who stood up to power and won.